Welcome to Fly Nubian Queen Network, the network for melanated people like you. I am your contributor, Mary Dean Esquire, here at thewallstreetlawyer.com. And today we're going to analyze and discuss what's going on with our dear brother Travis Scott. That is not a laughing matter. I'm just goofy. Mind me. Don't pay me no mind. But come on in here and drop your B1 and shout out your city and let me know where you're from. Also, drop your .com because Black wealth is critical to Black power. So I am coming to you live. I am in Houston, Texas, where I was born and raised. I grew up going to Astroworld. I'll give you guys some background. I grew up going to Astroworld. Astroworld was like our second home babysitter while we were teenagers. So we stayed going to Astroworld. And I remember when they tore it down, it was like a really big deal. And we love Astroworld and Waterworld were connected. So come on in here. We're going to talk about the tragedy that happened at Astroworld, not the old Astroworld that was turned down, the amusement park, but what Travis Scott has rebranded as his Astroworld, as his music festival. And things happened on this past weekend that everything went awry. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to get into it. So come in here, drop your B1 in the chat. Let me see. Let me know what. There you go. All right. Von St. Michael Jackson, B1 NYC. You know, I love New York. I am the wallstreetlawyer.com. So, born and bred on the Wall Street lawyer side, on the professional side on Wall Street. That's where I cut my teeth. But no, born in Houston, made in New York, like so many other things. So thank you for chiming in, Von St. Michael Jackson, shouting out B1, because we are always on at Fly Nubian Queen. We are Black first. So I'm gonna get into this talking about Travis Scott and what can we learn from Travis Scott as business entrepreneurs trying to do our thing out there, make our money and make our mark on the world. And I'm an optimist. I always find the positivity in the dark situations, and we do know that this tragedy that has occurred is a very dark situation. I've been watching videos about it. I've been very amused and entertained by what's going on and really analyzing it, just maybe because I'm in Houston, Texas. But this story has really been fascinating to me, what's been going on with Travis Scott. And I am going to choose to stay, not delve too much into what everybody else is talking about, the darkness of it, look like Satan worship and all of that kind of stuff. I'm going to let you discern for yourself whether or not that was low vibration or high vibration to you, or whatever other stuff that you may have seen esoterically. I hopped in Clubhouse for the first time and engaged in a conversation about it that I thought was very interesting. But that's not what we're going to get into right now about Travis Scott. What we're going to talk about is, what can we learn from Travis Scott? And so for those of you who are not familiar, which means if you're not familiar, you must have been hiding, living under a rock, because it's been the trending story, because so many people passed away at his concert. So this has just been a devastating thing. Travis Scott is a rap artist, but he's not your traditional rap artist in the sense that I don't listen to him. And I don't know if I am just the only, barometer, but I don't know a lot of adults that listen to him. He's actually for the maybe white and Hispanic kids and teenagers. It seems like that's the bulk of his following. And that has been evidenced by the youngest person having died at his festival by the age of 10 years old. So if you come on in here, drop your B1, let us shout out your B1. And I also want you to drop your .com, because I am the wallstreetlawyer.com, and I have just built blackwallstreet.com. I'll get into more of that later. But and so I want you to drop your .com, because you got to have a .com. Digital real estate has now become proven to be just as profitable, a good investment as physical real estate, and it's a way to make money. And since Black wealth is critical to Black power, I want you to drop your .com in here so that other intelligent Black folks can see your business in your .com and patronize you too. Okay, so let's get into to Travis Scott. The first thing I want to cover is his liability. And the big, elephant in the room when it comes to his liability is the fact that he continued to play his show despite people telling him what was going on. And so when we listen to and we get into his apology later, and he says, "Oh, I never thought that I never suspected this. I never suspected that something like this would happen." Um, I don't know how you could not think that something like this would happen, because it's just the nature of the mosh pit, and it's just the nature of what you actually promote and what you actually want to come on. So I don't, that'd be beyond me. So let's first dive into Travis Scott liability. Okay, so a lot of people, we've seen some clips of where people were telling the camera guy, "Please, Mr. Cameraman, people are dying. People, stop the show, stop the show, stop the show." Those videos have gone viral. I'm pretty sure all of you have seen it. Okay, so are you liable when you yourself promote certain behavior, and then when your crowd does what it is that you tell them to do and it results in death? Are you liable? I want to know what you guys think in the chat. Do you guys think that Travis Scott has some liability here? Okay, what do you guys think? I want you to chime in. What do you think? Vaughn St. Michael says it's such a tragedy and we have to learn from our mistakes, and that's a fact. All right, so let's get into some of the things that we can learn from Travis Scott's mistake. And I think the first mistake, when we say, well, is he liable? Does he shoulder some liability? I think most people will agree overwhelmingly, yes, he does shoulder some liability. And I want to get into a tweet that let's see. Okay, a tweet. Someone tweeted this out. So now everybody's coming out. Everybody's coming out the woodworks. Everybody got so much commentary about Travis Scott and what Travis Scott has done in the past, and everyone wants, everybody's got so much to say now about Travis Scott and how he's running his program. People who have worked for him in the past, and so all of these things are surfacing. And so this is what someone has said. They posted this out Twitter. Someone's check out these firsthand accounts from Travis Scott concert and festival. So here's what someone said years ago. Let me see if I can share this screen. Let me see if I can do that. Share screen. Ooh, share my screen. Okay. All right.
I just want to send out prayers to the.
Okay, we're not on that yet. We're on this. Okay, so let's get into this. So years ago, I was a security guard for a Travis Scott concert. I was at the front of the stage between him and the barricades. This is what happened. During the show, some kid tried jumping over the barricade to get to the stage. I was the biggest guard on staff, so it was my job to restrain him and push him back into the crowd. That was my job. That's what I was being paid to do. When I did this, Travis Scott called me and the rest of the security, excuse my French, bitch ass niggas, to our fucking faces. Excuse my French, but I do speak French from time to time. Okay? He came to the edge of the stage to curse us out for doing our jobs, to roaring applause. He then said, "Security can't stop you all," and directly encouraged everyone to jump the barricade and rush the stage. Absolute fucking chaos ensued as we struggled to hold them all back while he continued to insult us and reward the people who broke through. Okay, so this is the kind of things that people are starting to say about our black brother. Is he black? Yeah, we can't take his blackness. I know he messing with a Kardashian, but I digress. Travis Scott nearly killed me and my coworkers that night. He nearly killed several of his own fans. I remember being so angry and so afraid, and all the while he just kept yelling. Okay, I can't keep cussing. F you to me every time I successfully held somebody back. It was a horrible experience. Travis Scott doesn't care about the people who risk injury to make his shows safe. He doesn't care about the fans who risk their lives in front of the rows of his shows. Travis Scott cares only about Travis Scott. F Travis Scott. That's all I have to say about that. Another post. Okay. Travis Scott should be held liable for this in some capacity. He had the power to stop the show and allow the medics to do their work. He even acknowledged the passed out people and the ambulance several times, but just kept going with the music, asking people to keep turning up. I was there. I'm currently in the middle of a work contract for the event, part of the signage crew. I work these events all year round, and I've never seen such a rowdy, amped up crowd with no regard for safety. It was an all ages event too, which probably contributed to that. All ages, all ages. People were climbing over everything, the truss towers, the 88 deck, the video walls, up into the sound booth and camera towers, their way to the 88 deck to get out of the crowd. One guy falling over to the ground and foaming at the mouth because of the traumatic scenes he saw. He wasn't on drugs, he wasn't drunk, he was dehydrated and having a trauma response. We got him water and sat him down on some road cases. Another guy came up to us freaking out saying that he thought his girlfriend was dead. I couldn't imagine. We kept trying to call things in over the radio, but nobody was responding. Too much going on. We were on an island in the middle of a surging crowd, so we just sat tight and helped wherever we could. We were told this morning that work was canceled and that we can't go to site due to an active investigation. Ouch. So that's some of the people's firsthand accounts of the event that night and how Travis Scott has been in the past, just working with him in the past. Okay, back to me. Hey y'all. You are watching Fly Nubian Queen Network, the network for melanated people like you. I am your host, Mary Dean Esquire, here at the wallstreetlawyer.com. And we are talking about Travis Scott, the tragedy of Travis Scott, and what can we as entrepreneurs learn from this such a tragic event. Okay, so drop your B1 in the chat, because we always do put B1 first. Let me get to the comments and see what we have. Some okay. Oh wow. Okay, so DeAndre Solomon says, can't y'all see this was a setup? Okay, we've seen it a lot. This was a setup. I don't know how many of y'all think that this was a setup. DeAndre Solomon says again, the people were put there. You know, you guys, this is the channel for intelligent Black people. And the one thing I love about this channel and this network and being B1 and being down with y'all is y'all ask the questions. You're not too afraid to be called a conspiracy theorist, because we know when they coined that term, the FBI, to make us people who do critically think look crazy. And we always say there's no such thing as a stupid question. So hey, I'm there. I'm there with you. I don't think anything is too bizarre, because you never really know. Someone says, not surprising. This is DJ McGee. Not surprising. He is the company he keeps. Okay. Lisa Crawford says Live Nation is liable. All caps. All caps. She's yelled it out there. Liability, liability, liability. So I don't think that Travis Scott liability is even at question, right? I think we can all agree that Travis Scott is liable. I think not only do we all agree that Travis Scott might be liable, Travis Scott himself has agreed. He's taken some ownership, and he did issue an apology. So what do y'all think about his apology? Do you think that his apology was sincere? I'm going to play his apology for you, because I just find that to be a little interesting. So we're going to hop in here, so I want you to see his apology. Let's see.
I just want to send out prayers to the ones that was lost last night. We're actually working right now to identify the families so we can help assist them through this tough time. You know, my fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience. And anytime I can make out, anything that's going on, I stop the show and, help them get the help they need. I could just never imagine the severity of the situation. We've been working closely we've been working closely with everyone to just try to get to the bottom of this. The city of Houston, HPD, fire department, everyone help us figure this out. So if you have any information, please just contact the local authorities. Everybody continue to just keep your prayers. I mean, I'm honestly just devastated. I could never imagine anything like this just happening. I'm gonna do everything I can to keep you guys updated and just keep you guys informed on what's going on. Love you all.
So that's his apology, guys. That's his apology. What do you think about his apology? His apology has gotten so much bad press. It seems like his apology made his image and made everything a lot worse because everyone was very upset by that very dry apology. But I want to say the first thing is that we're going to analyze the situation and say, what did he do good? So the first thing I'm going to say that he did good was that he issued an apology. Now we know that maybe his handlers or his corporate sponsors or his managers or that they probably told him to do it and he did what he was told to do, but at least he did issue an apology. So the first thing you want to do when you mess up in your business and you do bad business, you want to apologize. You want to apologize quick, fast, and in a hurry. You want to apologize quick, fast, and early. You do not want to wait for too many people to come out in his situation. You don't want to wait for everyone to keep asking you, what are you going to do, and ask you to do something before you start doing something, especially when you mess up to this magnitude that Travis Scott has. So I want to say the first thing that he did correct was apologize quick, fast, and in a hurry. Put that up on his Instagram. When his girlfriend or baby mama saw how terrible and dry his apology was, she issued a formal statement. I think Kim Kardashian may have issued. Everybody's issuing formal statements of apologies. But his apology, he never actually said, I apologize, though. That's a key. He never actually said, I apologize, but he did issue a formal apology. So at the very least, it was an attempt at an apology. And I think that's the first lesson that we will learn is that when you are wrong, apologize quick, fast, and hurry. Just do yours with a little bit more passion, a little more heart. Focus on the heart muscle and let that ooze out. Think about the people that have actually lost their lives at your concert and at your expense, and because you want to egg them on, because you have said in your lyrics that it's not a mosh pit if people are not injured. So his lyrics are coming back to bite him. His conduct in the past is coming back to bite him. And it will be very interesting to see how this play out. But I will say, at least he apologized fast and recorded it for the world to see. He should have borrowed some of the white woman tears. That's what, if he had some white woman tears from his girlfriend, then maybe people would not have went so hard on him in the media. So Mary Dean Esquire here at the WallStreetLawyer.com, coming to you live at FlyNubianQueen.com, the network for melanated people like you. If you are looking to grow your money, please check out FlyNubianMoney.com. If you're looking to better manage your business, please check out FlyNubianBusiness.com. And if you're looking to grow your business in harmony and in alignment from a spiritual perspective, going over the legal, insurance, finance, and tax systems that every business needs to lift their business to the next level, then I suggest you check out one of my courses at blackwallstreet.com. So let's get back into this. The first thing Travis Scott did that we did enjoy was that he apologized. It might not have been as heartfelt, but he apologized. So you always want to apologize when you're wrong. The other thing that Travis Scott has done well is Travis Scott has not just apologized verbally. Travis Scott has also apologized with his money. Okay, he is offering to.
I just want to send out prayers
excuse me, Travis Scott. We don't want to hear your apology anymore. At Travis Scott, Drake. Oh no, that's not it. That's not it. Nope, not this disturbing lyrics. Nope. There it is. Travis Scott to cover the funeral costs of asteroid victims and refund ticket holders. So, which means he's losing out a lot of money. And That's another thing he did. Before I even heard about people suing him, which by now all the lawyers are locked in and ready to go. But before I even heard of him being sued, I did see that the first thing I saw that he was refunding people's um, tickets, giving people their full refund. It says he's scheduled to do this. I don't think he did it just yet, but they are scheduled to process people's refunds. He's also covering the funeral expenses. So that's another thing that he's done right, because people are gonna come for their money, honey. They don't want just their funeral and their economic damages. They want damages for pain and suffering, mental anguish. They want all of the above. And so the bare minimum that he could do is cover their funeral expenses. And another thing that he's done that is really interesting to me is a very corporate like response. Is that he's partnered, he's had us a whole corporate collaboration. If I'm not incorrect, this is with Better Health. Travis Scott announced a partnership with an app called Better Health to offer free counseling for anyone traumatized by the experience. So even in the face of tragedy, his his response is corporate. So that's another thing. I mean, even though he's so let's see, he's apologized quick and fast. He's offered to cover funeral expenses. He's offered to refund the people's tickets. So that's another thing he's done quick and fast. And that's just good business. That's just good business. That is the minimum that he could, that's the least that he could do. But the fact that he's doing those things, for my mind, I mean, he may not get canceled. Now, if it was a gangster concert, if this was NWA, people would, I mean, this was even the Black Panthers doing something like this, he would have been X-Day out there a very long time ago. But his demographic is different. And he is married to baby mama with the Kardashian, or whatever that's worth. So he has a different demographic, and I think that maybe that might, maybe that's some of that white privilege gonna rub off on him. I don't know. We shall see. But I can tell you this: you can definitely smell the manager, Kris Jenner, all over this with damage control, with them releasing with his girlfriend releasing her statement following his botched job of a statement, and then the collaboration is really genius, because what more can you do after you have muffed up so terrible, after you have messed up things so bad? Now what? Now let me get some good publicity by partnering with an app, Better Health, and offer free counseling to the victims, the people who passed away and lost their lives in the mosh pit. Interesting, very interesting. So you not only did he apologize, he offered to cover expenses and funeral expenses and things like that, but he's now using it's kind of like a little marketing tech. Ding. It's definitely a marketing opportunity for the app, because if you've not heard of Better Health app before now, you've definitely heard of them now. You're definitely interested. You're definitely gonna. So I wonder if that was even a paid ad for Better Health, because this is the world we live in. Money talks and all else walks. So very interesting things that we can take away, things that we learn from Travis Scott, because we can always turn a problem into an opportunity. One of the things that I talk about in detail in my book, BlackWallStreet.com, I created the law of adversity, or coined the law of adversity. In every problem, there is an opportunity of equal or greater measure guaranteed. So that's, those are my 2 cents. That's what I think. I'm always going to find the positive. And I think that that's how we find the positive. We understand the takeaways from this. Number one, I say, let me do a recap here. Number one, be careful of what you incite and what you do in your business, and understand that you will always be liable for everything that you do, right? You have a duty of care to care for. You have a duty, a certain normal, regular standard of care that you must conduct yourself. And depending on how you interact with your clients, customers, fans, and what have you, you may even have a heightened fiduciary duty to those parties. So be careful in what you do. I hope you have insurance. He has insurance. I'm pretty sure their insurance is going to go through the roof because of this. But apologize early, quick, fast, because we're all human. We all make mistakes in business. That is a norm. You're not expected to behave like a god, even though I know that you are, right? because it's a learning curve. But really, the mistake is the opportunity. The thing about the mistake that I want to say is all in how you handle it. So apologize early, apologize quickly, apologize a lot better than Travis Scott did. Then you want to apologize with your money in your bank account. This is something that I do religiously. Meredine Esquire here at the WallStreetLawyer.com, coming to you live on Fly Nubian Queen Network, the network for melanated people like you. I'm an attorney. And so when someone gives me their money, if they feel like I've performed less than the standard of care, they can go to the State Bar of Texas and tell on me, and I could get in a whole lot of trouble. So I always have to maintain a certain level of professionalism with my clients, almost, a very high standard. And so when I come to do business with other people and they don't maintain that same level of professionalism, it's a little heartbreaking sometimes. But we all make mistakes. And so it's not just in the making mistake that because you're human, it's how you handle that mistake. And so as you guys do business with one another, I want you to keep that in mind, that when you make that mistake, apologize quick, fast, apologize early, and just make it sure that it's a little bit more heartfelt than Travis Scott apology. Then the second thing that you should definitely do is if you really messed up to that magnitude, then apologize with your money, right? You don't keep money that you did not earn or did not deserve. And if you need to dock yourself, that is what you need to do. When I am working for a client, if I don't earn the rest of their retainer, I have to refund it. And I can't keep unearned money. I can't keep money that I do not deserve from a client. So that is the same professionalism that we should all have with one another. And so just think, when you think about that, think about Travis Scott is also hasn't apologized with his finances. And then when you do all of that apologizing and you've done all that, you're refunding people and you're taking care of everybody financially, then the last thing that you might want to do is, how can I flip this publicity and do something good for humankind, for humanity? Because will give him a little bit, that will give you a little bit of saving grace in the public eye. And so that's where Travis Scott has partnered with the app, BetterHealth, the app BetterHealth, to offer free counseling for anyone who has been traumatized by this incident. So there you have it. That's what you want to do. These are the things that we can the takeaways that we can learn from Travis Scott and this travesty that has happened here in Houston, Texas. I'm Meredine Esquire here at the WallStreetLawyer.com, coming to you live on Fly Nubian Queen Network, the network for melanated people like you. And remember, if you're looking to grow your money, please check out FlyNubianMoney.com. If you're looking to grow your business, please check out FlyNubianBusiness.com. You can always find me, Meredine Esquire, here online at the WallStreetLawyer.com. And before I get out of here, I want to talk to my people here and read something, show y'all some of these comments that have been coming up. Let's see. First360facts.com. B1. I'm not sure what's there at first360facts.com, but maybe you should check that out if you're interested. That's from John Shaw. Let's see. Yes. Let's see. So that's it. Signing out. I love you guys. Until we meet again. Good night.